Now, we start the most exciting part of the whole day. To me, that's what it is. I hope you find it the same way. We're going to announce the African Next, what's going to happen, and I'm going to call a few people to come up to say a few words. So can I first call Eric Rutayisire, CEO of Charis, to come up, please? And then can I call Melissa Rusanganwa. Oh, that was easy. Rusanganwa. Public Affairs Lead, Zipline Rwanda. If she's here to come up, please. Tom Verbruggen, CEO of IDRONECT. And then Cleopa Timon, Otieno, Managing Director of Kenya Flying Labs, to come up, please. And then Serge, Tuyihimbaze, that's from Leapr Labs. And to balance that, I think I should call Miss Marufu. Are you here, Miss Marufu? Miss Marufu, are you here? Yes, I know you didn't expect this. I surprised you. But please, come up and have a seat. So each one of the members that you see seated there has got something to say in terms of announcement. So I want, as much as I may have an idea of what it is, but I'll let them say it themselves. So, Ms. Marufu, you're going to go last, please. We'll start with you, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. My name's Eric Rutayisire, and I'm here just to announce the launch of the first VTOL drone that we built here in Rwanda, and just the specification and officially announce the name. So based on the work we do here in Rwanda and Africa, so we faced a lot of challenges which made us to think about building our own here in the country. And one of which is sometime with other drones, repairing them and sending them outside for repair was a big downtime for us. So we decided to go ahead and starting looking at how we can do it ourselves. So far, we are proud to announce that we're able to make the first one, which flight time could get up to 2 hours, maximum speed 100 kilometers per hour. It can fly up to 3,000 meter in altitude, but obviously we operate lower than that due to regulations, and the wingspan about 2.5 meter. So the application, this platform will be able to be used for many applications. We'll be customizing it depending on the demand that is coming in. Mapping and survey. We could mount a camera or LiDAR system on them. Inspection, some level of police patrol, and surveillance. So the process, that's the lab. During the process where our engineers were working on it, building it, programming it, and that's in our office. So if you want to visit, feel free, and we're excited to receive guests. The name. So we decided to go with Inganji 1. So what does that mean? That's a Kinyarwanda name for conqueror. So Conqueror 1. So thank you very much. So feel free to email us and as we talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric. It's good to see Made in Rwanda, Made in Africa now coming to fruition. If I can have Melissa come up now, please.
Thank you. So my name is Melissa Rusanganwa, and I'm the Public Affairs Lead here at Zipline Rwanda. Okay. So as a young Rwandan and young African, when I got the opportunity to come and talk here, I asked myself that question: what is Africa next? And what it meant to me, to you, or even to an unborn baby. And looking at the technology that we have here, between the drones and the balloons in the stratosphere, and as any other millennial that we have in the room, I would say the future is bright, but the future is now, and there's nothing to stop it. So, as we know, Africa went through a lot of challenges and is still affecting us and challenging the continent. But however, it doesn't mean that there's nothing that can be done in order to develop our continent and to be where we deserve to be. So one of the SDGs goals is to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being to all of us and at all age. And the Rwandan government, in partnership with Zipline, made it happen here. And this is how our journey started here in Rwanda in 2016. And I wanted to share with you a quick video to kind of show you how we made it happen here in Rwanda. So our journey has been possible here since the government of Rwanda had a vision of becoming a tech hub, and it has only been natural for companies like Zipline to come here and do their concept proof here. We also learn a lot of things here in Rwanda, and the company is now able to scale really faster. So we've also learned on the importance of community outreach, the importance of building a good relationship and working with our regulators, how hiring and training the right people is crucial, and how being reliable and safe helps if we want to integrate ourselves into the airspace. Understanding that to have a technology is not the only thing that is important, but rather to use it for a good cause. And now, the lesson that we've learned here in Rwanda helped us to scale very fast and to serve other countries, like in Ghana, where we started in February 2018 and have now opened 4 distribution centers in less than a year. and have flown 3.5 million kilometers, delivered 45,000 units of blood and vaccines. As you've heard yesterday from His Excellency Paul Kagame, a national-scale drone delivery of blood and medical product is already a reality in Rwanda. So what is next, you would ask? The only way I see this working is by collaborating. Operators and regulators hand in hand and together. We as operators need to come up with technologies that bring solutions to this continent and beyond, and we need to always be reliable as well. Regulators also have to understand the demand of the industry, to have and give clear guidelines to operators, and us as operators need and have to have the duty to comply to them. And all together, we can be part of what is next in Africa. Zipline is really excited and will welcome you to visit our distribution center at any time. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Can I call on Tom now to say something?
Good afternoon. My name is Tom Verbruggen. I'm the co-founder and CEO of IDRONECT, and I have something truly amazing to announce. But before I do that, may I ask you to join me in thanking and congratulating the organizers and everybody involved in really organizing such a truly unique event. It has been great the last 3 days. We have seen so many things, so thank you for that. What we have seen in the ADF are some really amazing use cases for drones. We just saw the malaria eradication. We see World Food Programme events. And what we forget sometimes is that before we can do those things, we really need to do a lot of other things before we can fly drones. And that's where we come in. I want to tell you the story about Peter. And Peter is a photographer, but he could be a scientist, he could be a cargo delivery person, and he's a drone pilot. And Peter needs help. And why does he need help? Because before he can start flying, Peter needs to do 20 to 30 tasks that require him to notify flights, prepare flights, do risk assessments, and all of those things often on many different programs. The result of that is that a lot of time is spent not flying. The facts are that 9 out of 10 drone users or drone pilots are new to aviation. And 80% of their time they're not flying. So 4.5 years ago, we started in Belgium a software company called IDRONECT, which makes it easy to fly drones in a safe, legal, and efficient way. And we do that on a software-as-a-service platform that actually reverses the time spent. We make it happen that you can fly 80% of your time. Our mission is to clear the air so that pilots can focus on their mission, which is to fly more. For the African Drone Forum, we really made a special effort to launch our newest version of our platform, which is a fully graphical interface that allows pilots and users to plan their flights and do a very detailed risk assessment before they start flying. The application then validates the flights so the flight can happen. And something that I want to point out at this ADF is also the fact that our software can be used by any country in the world because we have something that is truly unique. We call it the rule editor. And the rule editor transforms any complex drone regulation, whether it be a national, regional, or company procedure, into an intuitive workflow. The benefits of IDRONECT are that we make it safe, legal, and efficient to fly drones, because the easier we make it for a flight to be safe and legal, the less excuses there are to fly illegal or unsafe. We also have the vision that we connect the people who are involved in the drone ecosystem. IDRONECT is the most complete UAV management system in the world at this moment, and it can be used by individual pilots, enterprises, and authorities. And because we feel that the African continent is really ready to embark on the next level, we decided to find a truly great partner in setting up a company in Africa, and that's why I'm announcing today the IDRONECT East Africa chapter. And to commemorate the moment, I would like to call our partner, Mr. Kush Kadia, Business Development Manager of Astral Aerial, to join me in receiving the plaque.
Oh. Thank you very much, Tom. I wish I'd known, we could have had a dance or whatever, to commemorate that, but next time, you see. Kenya Flying Labs. How did you know I was going to call you? I didn't even call your name, my friend.
But that's figured
okay.
It out.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Cleopa Otieno. I'm delighted to give you updates from our partner We Robotics and the Flying Labs network. So We Robotics, in partnership with the Omedia Network, has organized a competition last year called the Unusual Solutions, which is a challenge trying to address 3 key areas that is affecting the African continent as well as the global south. One of these is ability to produce impactful analysis and rapidly, ability to bring back results to beneficiaries, because most of the time the data or the information innovators try to collect is headed back to the villages and to the communities that need it. So making it useful for them is a concern. And lastly, making ethics a main concern for all of us that are sharing the airspace. There were 300 ideas that came through. Out of these, 9 finalists were selected. Each of the 9 finalists got $15,000 to prototype. And they're now coming to Nairobi on February 25th to pitch, quite similarly to what happened and we witnessed here during the business challenge. So I invite you, those who will be in Nairobi, to join us for the one-day event. It will be at the Nairobi Garage. Other than that, we're organizing the annual Flying Labs network. The Flying Labs network has been growing tremendously. We now have 26 countries from Africa, Latin, Asia, and South Pacific. They're coming to Nairobi for 3 days in May. And this is part of We Robotics' strategy to bring Flying Labs together, to interact, network, and learn from each other. We also have a challenge we are calling Double Flying Labs Network, and it's an effort because there are a lot of inquiries received by We Robotics from countries that Flying Labs do not already exist on how they could partner. This information is available on flyinglabs.org website, and if you're interested to find out how, we invite you to visit the website and apply. Currently, there are 26 Flying Labs, and the growth from 2017 from just about 3 is quite considerable for us. Certification and ensuring that whoever is using drones in Africa and generally where we robotic work is to ensure that we follow safety and professionalism. So ethics is a big part of the conversation, and this is why Tanzania Flying Labs and Senegal Flying Labs, ably represented here by Lek and Tiam, have been at one of the stands talking to people, and we invite you to be in this journey with us to certify. These are the two African drone organizations that are able to officially deliver UK certification, which is actually recognized in other countries. Thank you for that.
Hello. All right. Thank you very much for that. And now we go to Serge.
Thank you. Today, I would like to announce our aerospace and robotics R&D. You have seen us, you've witnessed us signing partnerships, and you wonder who is going to participate into this. You have seen a lot of companies here outside, and all of these are interested in starting business here, are interested in talents in Africa. And I think everyone wonders who is going to be contributing to this development of drones. So here, Leapr Labs, we thought about that, and we doing R&D together with different partners. In previous presentations I had here, you saw some of the partners I mentioned, and we are engaging more to be able to develop talents here. Today, I would like to tell you what Leapr Labs will be doing in the next weeks and months coming. Here we are focusing on building talents. We want to see how we can leverage the opportunity that we have different experts, the companies, the academias, the government institutions who are in the sector to participate and put the efforts together and build the capacities of our young people. We want to focus on work efficiency, as I said in my previous presentation, and we're doing this because we know that if we can develop our talents, then we are able to develop our economy. This is the same as previous presentation I was saying about. As we contribute to human capital, then this will help us grow our economy. Today, I want to tell you the core activities that will be happening in our R&D. We'll be focusing on making sure that our innovators are able to design. You know, young innovators in Africa, most of them, they used not to design. They used to think and then apply things without doing design. So we want them to use computer-aided machines and also be able to print what they design, do embedded programming, and also apply design thinking to know what's needed outside there. So we're doing this to see how we can have them not being users of technologies, but also being developers. We engage young people from 18 years old, and these are engineers and who are socially conscious. So we're doing this with different partners, And these are the next steps is engaging more industry partners and academias, as I mentioned. And we want to start the R&D very soon. Those who want to be part of it, I'll be ready to receive your request very soon. The next thing will be turning then our innovations into business. We don't want to stay on the stage of experimenting things, but we want to turn our scientific research into business so that we can benefit our society. We have different partners, as I mentioned. I would like today to help me thank Professor Wolfram from Chemnitz Technical University in Germany. He's here, he can wave to you. So he has come here to be part of Leapr Lab's journey of aerospace and robotics R&D. And his university will be contributing to the capacity building to make sure that we are developing Africa's talents, to have them not being driven, but also be the drivers in the vehicle. Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you very much, Serge. That was very good. Now we come to the last speaker. I'm excited about this speaker because yesterday I took time off and I went to listen to the 20 youth who were part of the ideas in how drones can be utilized for social good. And I listened to all of them, all 20 of them, and I felt so motivated, so invigorated to say we need at least to hear a representative from that group so that they can tell us their aspirations and what they're looking for, what they would like, what support they would like. So the group nominated Madame Marufu to come here on their behalf to say a few words. Please, welcome. Make us...
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to stand here as one of the ADF Youth Scholars. The World Bank African Drone and Code for Africa brought 20 young leaders and entrepreneurs from 11 countries to exchange ideas and learn through interactions with drone manufacturers, operators, regulators, and entrepreneurs from all over the world. As a group with diverse interests, I'm happy to say the ADF has opened our eyes to the cause of championing Africa's development through the use of drones, a cause we're really honored to be a part of. No? Okay. I'd say as an academic from South Africa and in my research, it was very easy to look at the idea of drones and think of it as something that's still pretty abstract, that's worth trying and prototyping, but to see it in action at this scale is really inspiring and motivating to see the amount of support there is for initiatives like the ADF. And for us as young people, I think the 20 of us who are here really have a big obligation to take back what we've learned with us and let our communities know just how much impact drones can have. Just that conscientization that's really not there in some parts of Africa needs to happen. And unlike in Rwanda, where the government has been a great support of the cause, in some parts there's still a lot of work to get regulators on board, to get even institutions that could be funding such causes to come together. So I really look forward to playing a role in creating an Africa where the education and the environment in various countries is stimulating and continually evolves such that we can adapt to global standards and solve African problems for ourselves through our own efforts in everyday use. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, aren't you inspired by that? Very well then. So ladies and gents on the panel, thank you very much. You can come down now. Big hand for them.